Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're all doing good, hope you're keeping safe and well, and hope you're having a fantastic and a smashing Friday after yesterday's smashing as well, as Tottenham Hotspur did demolish the scum 3-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and sent them back to Woolwich, where they belong in South London. A massive win for Spurs, and we've heard reports come out today, as I say, that Antonio Conte is very likely to stay at Spurs. Antonio Conte is 100% committed to Spurs. And for a long time, I haven't believed anything really the media has said to do with Conte, whether it's leaving, whether it's staying, whether he's not committed or he is committed. But it seemed to me the last couple of months, he's sort of grown that connection to the club, where before the Burnley game, it was a lot more black and white, if that makes sense. It was a lot more, right, win, lose, I'm off if we're not good enough. Where it feels like since that Burnley game, and we've had results like the one against Arsenal and the run we had against Villa, it feels like he's sort of grown a connection with the club, a connection with the fans, you know, and sort of wants to build this team, wants to rebuild this team. The PSG job for me, even if it comes available now, unless he doesn't get backed, I expect Conte to stay. And I think we might be hearing these reports because Antonio Conte has been promised or agreed with Daniel Levy to be back. Now, whether Daniel Levy actually does back him, that's a whole nother conversation. But look, it's good to see Conte 100% committed, or from many different sources saying he is committed to this Tottenham rebuild. Because for months it's sort of been, oh, Antonio Conte might be leaving, Conte, you know, might want to leave. Interviews and everything lost in translation and things such as that, and having a hissy fit after the Burnley game, and, you know, Conte sort of reluctant himself to really talk about the long-term things in his club. But as times went on, he started to discuss the long-term things, the long-term rebuilds, how Spurs can get better and better over years. And look, hopefully we do get fourth. I believe we will get fourth, and I think we need to get fourth. But at the same time, do we really need to get fourth? Because let's think about it. If you would have said take fifth before the season, I would have happily had it. And yes, circumstances with Man United's real bad drop-off and Arsenal not being as good as people expected them to this season really have allowed us to come into this top four race. But as I say, we've asserted ourselves in it, and a fifth place finish really isn't the end of the world. It's massive progress from the last couple of years. You know, it's still enough to get back. For me, even if Arsenal get in the Champions League, and Antonio Conte team at this Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with the world-class players we have, Son's probably going to stay. Well, Son's always been committed to Spurs. Kane doesn't really have anywhere to go. So if them two are still here next season with Conte, even if we don't have Champions League football, I still think we'll be able to attract bigger players than Arsenal do if they make Champions League with Mikel Arteta. And look, it's going to be very interesting, but it's good to hear these sort of reports. And I do sort of believe them with the sort of actions Antonio Conte's taken. And yesterday, the passion, you know, applauding the fans. You could see it in his eyes. This club is something special. And I want our fans to do that for the Burnley game. I understand yesterday was a massive occasion, but don't just... It's happened time and time again before when we've had a massive win or it's been a massive game and we've went on to do something special in it and it's like, wait. And then we don't assert our focus on to the next game and we go on and lose it. We saw it after that Villa 4-0 win. Going on, everyone's still talking about that all week. And then it comes to the Brighton game. We're sort of expecting stuff. People's focus hadn't been on that game. But look, all focus now needs to be on the Burnley game. But it's good to hear these reports about Antonio Conte. Moving on as well. I'm not really one to call a whole fan base delusional or pick at a whole fan base. But a majority of Gooners or Arsenal fans or Woolwich fans, the last day have been absolutely delusional to the point I believe they should get checked out for head injuries. The things they've been tweeting and putting on YouTube, right? The first thing, blaming the referee for yesterday. Oh, it's the ref, it's the ref. No, it's not the ref. It's your own players getting sent off. So let's go through all of their idiotic points about the referee making bad choices, and let's say why actually they're completely wrong. They're trying to cover up that it was a shit performance from their team and their players completely and utterly messed up. Oh, the penalty wasn't a penalty. That's the first point. Okay, if that penalty isn't a penalty, then how is the one when they play Manchester United a a couple weeks back given. It's almost identical to that. It's a clear elbow before Son even leaves the ground. That is a penalty. That is a penalty all day long. I'm not having, it's soft, it's softer, little digs at the referee. Stop blaming the ref and look at your own players, because they cost you the game yesterday. That's nothing to do with the ref there. That's a stupid decision from Cedric. Right? Stupid decision. Rob Holding getting sent off. Arsenal fans as well, they're creating this narrative that, that wasn't a red card. No, it wasn't a red card. You brain dead morons. It wasn't a red card. It was a yellow card. Right? Whether you believe, the elbow from Rob Holding was a red card or not, it was given as a second yellow card. Your Arsenal fans are trying to create that narrative where, I don't know if it's red. Yes, maybe it's a red, maybe it isn't, but it is definitely a yellow. He got a yellow beforehand, pulling Son to the ground and, trying to rough him up the whole game, making about 3 or 4 fouls on him, right? That was just the next yellow. And it's basic football knowledge that if you make a foul, it's going to be fresh in the referee's head if you get booked. You go in for another stupid challenge in the next 10 minutes, you are going to get sent off. And it's ridiculous. He elbows him in the face. For me, it's a straight red anyway, but it was given as a second yellow. Yet these stupid brain dead morons are trying to create this narrative that it was a straight red. It wasn't. It was a second yellow card. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And why don't you actually blame your manager? Because he cost you that second goal yesterday and he took you out of that game. A player goes off. The first thing you do, okay, one of our centre-backs is being taken off. We're facing up against arguably the best front three in the league, one of the best front threes in the world. We need to bring on another centre-back. Miss a player up front for the first half, as I say, try and catch him out on the break. But instead, Arteta just went, no, we'll just play 3 at the back. One centre-back, a right-back and a left-back, and right out until half-time. It cost them the game because Harry Kane then had to be marked by Nketiah, as I say. He didn't really know who he was supposed to be marking. Kane slips in behind him, heads it in. If you bring on a centre-back, no matter how good they are or not, if you bring on Ben White, who's half fit, he still holds off Kane there. And I doubt he lets him make such an easy run. It's delusional from Arteta. And after the game, if I speak about the referee, I'll be suspended. I really want to be there on a Monday night. What are you on about? Trying to point the narrative again at the referee, saying the beautiful game's been destroyed. Those are the sort of comments we didn't make when decision goes against us. Conte said it in the post-match interview. What about that elbow last week from Fabinho? That wasn't given. What about that 1-1 draw with Southampton? Harry Kane clearly onside. And the Fraser Forster goal. And people go, that was ages ago. Just get over that. These are points that are going to affect the season. It's going to be a 1 to 3 point gap that separates Spurs and Arsenal at the end of the season and decides who plays Champions League football. So yes, every decision this season does matter. And for you to dismiss ours because they were a couple months back, when actually I thought the ref made the right calls yesterday, is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Playing the victim card, going, why is it always me? Doing a Mario Balotelli, Arteta. It's not always you. If anything, the last couple of weeks, you have had the best luck out of any side I've ever seen in my life. Gifted 2 goals against Chelsea. Gifted a goal from Ian Meslier against Leeds. As I say, 2 Chelsea back passes from Azpilicueta straight into Nketiah. Right? You have been gifted points after points after points. The Man United game, it's a blatant handball by Cedric where he actually pulls the ball back. And they miss a penalty. The most luck in the world. And you can ride your luck until you play against the top team and that luck runs out. And that's when you get done. And that's what happened yesterday. Their players couldn't cope with the occasion. They couldn't cope with the pressure. And they absolutely bottled it. It's not game over. I said it yesterday. Don't get above ourselves, Spurs fans. But it is game on. Go there, do the job on Sunday, and I have no doubt in my mind the pressure will be on them. We saw it in that Palace loss, as I say. We went and won on Sunday against Newcastle. They bottled it because they didn't know how to deal with the pressure. It was too much for them. This is a young team. We saw yesterday they can't deal with the pressure. Win on Sunday, go above them. I expect them to drop points against Newcastle. And then we should go on and take 3 points against Norwich. It should be ours. But if we win on Sunday, I really do believe Newcastle will get something in that game based on the pressure on them and just Newcastle in general being their last home game. They'll be creating quite an atmosphere. Trippier on the pitch. It's going to mean everything. So look, thank you for watching. There's going to be some very, very interesting games coming up. Take care of yourselves, all the best, God bless, and as always, come on you Spurs, in Conte we trust.